Hi everybody, we're doing a review. It's the oh yeah product review. And today we're going to do the Armor All 12 volt car vacuum. I got this from BJ's. Walmart also has it. So when I got it, I picked it up because I liked the way the box introduced itself. Very nicely explanatory. It explains in different languages and it looks inviting. It tells you exactly what's in it. It shows you all of the products that's included instead of have to opening it and find out. So I was impressed. Now, when I took it out of the box, it has a nice little carrying bag, which is a 12 volt. It says it on the bag itself too. It's very impressive. So, open it up, and what do you get? You have the same items that's on the box. It's a very nice looking vacuum cleaner. So, let's start explaining. It has an attachment, which is the nozzle, that folds down. You would push it. Now, you see, that's what I found out was a problem. It very easily popped off. You see there, just with me doing it with one hand. Now, it's very breakable, which sometimes is scary because that's where I didn't. Okay, so let's just move on. It would usually push in here and it would turn out to be like that. You would be able to vacuum up in the little parts of the car like that and just vacuum. It has this very small light right here that is very bright, and it shines at the top of the vacuum when you're doing it at night or if it's in dark. But the catch-22 was it's only at the top. Now, like most people, we're like painters. We stroke from up to down, which is just like painting a wall. The problem that I had was the light is only showing at the top. You can't see what's at the bottom. So that light is great, but they needed one on the bottom, or they should have put it on the sides. Then that way you've got a full view of the items around you. Number two, I thought that, being that it looked so great, it was, a great item. Now, they have this little pop-off item here to where you just open it. Very nice. Easy to get access to. You understand? So there's not hard or anything bad about it. It has this 12-inch cord the thing I liked about that was it's very strong when you put it into the cigarette lighter. You have to actually force it in. And it does stay in even though you're pulling on the cord. So which means it doesn't pop back out easily. They also have this little attachment for the brushing of dirt that you have on the floor, and it fits right here easily inside this little pocket, which means you won't lose it. So that's very good. And they have a little identification that says pull. You understand? This one is the only one that's loose. It's got a rubber little handle on it, and I guess this is for scrubbing or brushing the hard stuff. So when you push it, it does do its job. Now, the catch-22 that I found out was in here, when you get to the filter, there's your filter. It has this little guard spot that's in there. Now you see right quick, if you look close, there's a little plastic that's in there that's a very small window for vacuuming. So it doesn't go into the filter part, but if you look at it from the side, the compartment isn't that large. So you have to say, okay, what do I get in there? So truthfully, my problem that I found out is that if you notice, you hear that? That's what I couldn't get out of there. And now I'm not sure if this pops out, which I don't know if that piece breaks off to be able to get the rest of that out of there, but I wasn't trying it. So here's what happens. This sits up on top and it's supposed to snap in, right? And it snaps in like that. All right, but the catch-22 that I found out is, now let me just back this up a little bit. Here's a popcorn. Popcorns are very, very small. If you take the attachment like it's supposed to be on there, all right, and you're supposed to put this on here in its own way. Okay, let's get it back on. Okay, now if you take that popcorn, look, that's not going to fit in there. It does not fit at all. And so let's do it a close-up. Look, there's no way you're going to fit a popcorn in there. So if you're doing a popcorn, and this is even smaller than the piece that I got, if you're doing a popcorn, what's going to happen to it? It gets stuck right there. It's not going anywhere. So that means if you get anything inside of there, it's not going to go inside. If you take this off and you use a popcorn, it still is not going to go through their little vacuum space. So this is items that sometimes are in your car. So what means is you're going to have to actually clean your car before you use this. Now, here's something else I found out. Between the two of these items, which I honestly say, I thought it was great. But between the two of them, if you're cleaning your car, this is the only thing that I found out that you could get. Now, look at that. That's very, very small dirt. Extremely light dust. So if you're telling me that the only thing I can get out of that is dust, then are you really doing a vacuum? Also, I found out that even with this attachment here, you know how you have the parts to where the car, the metal part of the car that locks the seat into the body of the car. Trying to get into those little spots are not easy. So I tried to use their so-called little brush here to scrub it off. This little brush, I tried to use the brush. You can't fit it in those areas. So now you've got yourself to where this doesn't work and this is not working well neither. Secondly, like I said, if you can't pick up popcorn or anything in that neighborhood, if this is all I'm getting out of there is the little bit of dust, and it's only a handful before you have to empty this, container. Secondly, if you hear that, that's the product still left in the container. So look, I mean, I'm not trying to be bad about this item, but I'll tell you what my review is. I give it an 8.5 on looks for the advertising of it. The box is very well advertised to where it shows you exactly what you think you're getting. And it looks professional. My problem was, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it, on this vac piece here, I give you a 7. I thought it was impressive, but like you just saw, it popped right off. Now I've got to sit there and fight with this thing to go back on, even though it's supposed to be a nice little attachment to this. Now I got to fight with it. That means right now I consider it broken. So that doesn't hold well. I give that a 6.5. Now also, then in that case, let's look at the performance. That means if this can't pick up anything for a popcorn size, then that means I've got to clean my car before I even use this. Then I might as well just clean the whole car. I give that a 6.5. If this right here is the vacuum cleaner itself, and it's the nozzle to the main part of the vacuum, and it can't even pick up a popcorn, like I said, it doesn't go through well. So if you're telling me the size of a popcorn is this big and it can't go through, then that means I have to clean my car myself. I give that a 6.5 to a 5, because that's not what you want for a vacuum cleaner. You want your vacuum cleaner to say, let's clean the car and let's have a great day. Secondly, the volt of 12 volts is pretty somewhat supposed to be powerful, which it does do a job with these vacuums. But with the attachments that it has to it, as small as they are, it does not give you the performance you want. That means if I'm only getting this little bit of dust out of the car, and the compartment that holds the dirt is only giving me a handful, or say a palm of my handful of dirt, then you're not performing well. Then, overall, I'm not impressed. So, what do I say? Oh no! I give you a 6.5 at best on performance. I give you an 8 on advertising it and its looks. Impressive, but it doesn't perform. So, till next time, see you later, and I'll get back to you on my next review. Subscribe if you want to.